Hello, and here playing Farming Simulator 22, and welcome back to the Upper Mississippi River Valley. Since last episode, we finished up planting the big field here, field 27 and 28. I guess technically it's two fields, right? So 27 and 28 are finished. We planted that, of course, with the large DB120 48-row John Deere planter there. And as you can tell, we've broken out the smaller planter here this episode. Again, as I mentioned last episode, I don't think I can even get the DB120 into these fields here. They got fences and gates and stuff around them, so without some like assistance, I don't think that planter will even fit in these fields. So anyway, got the John Deere RDAllen 410. This is the other 410, by the way. You can also notice it has the wider stance, but the tracks are also wider, so it doesn't have the narrow tracks on it. So a little bit different than the other RDAllen we have. Figure we'll probably do a headland pass ourselves on one, and then we'll maybe go over and grab the other, the John Deere DB120. I've got the John Deere DB120 sitting over by field 43. I mean, we're right there. I might as well try planting that field with that planter, right? I figure, about 2 passes that field will be done. Probably not too far from the truth, by the way. Maybe a little bit of exaggeration there, but probably not much. So I'm going to throw this probably on course play, but I'm going to do the headland first here, I thought. And then we'll let course play take over. Get ourselves lined up here a little bit better. Course play, at least on the first pass, that one stays really, really close to the field edge. It doesn't overlap the field edge much, I've noticed. So, like, if you want to do the first pass before you let course play take over, make sure you get real nice and tight to that field edge. Just a little pro tip there, I guess you can call it. Okay, turning on GPS. And we're going to want, I think we're actually facing 0 degrees here at the moment. Yes, we are. And at least according to that GPS line, we need to be over just a little bit more there. There we go. Okay, we're set on corn. We do not have very much here. We might have to run the tender over here. We'll have to see once. We're looking pretty good on liquid fertilizer, though, at least on the planter here at the moment. And again, this planter has liquid fertilizer on it as well. But at least with this planter only being 24 rows of one, it does hold enough fertilizer to, typically last for the seed that's in it. In fact, I could be wrong here, but I don't know that there's much difference between the capacity as far as seed goes on this planter and then like the John Deere DB120. Like, they're probably really close to being about the same if I had to guess on one. The big difference there, of course, being we're only running 24 rows here. And then the DB120 is running 48 rows. So, when you're running 48 rows on about the same amount of seed as you are 24, makes sense, right? That 48 row planter is going to really go through the seed quickly. And then not to mention, too, of course, same thing for liquid fertilizer. Got to spread that liquid fertilizer out over 48 rows as opposed to 24. You're basically going to use it twice as quick, right? I think we've got another tender around here, too. Maybe put some seed on. We'll have to see once here. The other tender here that we've been using with the DB120 is up by field 43 yet. What I might have to do maybe is just top off the DB120 a little bit. I don't know if there's quite enough in it to do field 43 or not. It'll be real close, I think. So I might put just a little bit on that one, and then we can bring that over here and service up the little John Deere NT 1775 planter we have here. I say little, right? 24 row planter's little. I think I've said this before of them, but at least around where I live, typically 12 row planter's probably still the most common. Definitely see a few 24 rows. I don't know that I've ever seen anything much larger than a 24 row around where I live, at least anyway. So yeah, again, 12 rows. I don't know if I really see so much of the 16 rows anymore. I know those used to be, I don't want to say common, but used to see a few of those around. I don't know if you see so many anymore, at least not that I recall seeing anyway. So usually, again, somewhere on that 12 or 24 row. And the reason you probably don't see as many 16-row planters, a lot of farmers have probably gone to the 12-row headers, or they have 6, whatever. But if they've gone to the 12-row header on their combine, well, then you're probably going to the 12-row planter, or you want a 24-row planter, right? As I've said many times, a lot of farmers, they usually match their header size to their planter size, or some multiple thereof. So if you got a 6-row combine head, you're probably running the, well, you're probably not, you're running a 6-row planter nowadays, I suppose, maybe. Running a 6-row planter, you're running a 12-row planter, maybe an 18, 24, something like that, right? Saying goes, if you're still running an 8-row header on the combine, well, then you're probably running an 8-row planter, or maybe a 16-row planter. Could also run a 24-row planter too, I suppose, right? We're missing just a little on the edge there. Oops. Oh, well. Just don't tell our field quality manager. Just don't let him know. I mean, I guess what's the difference, right? I mean, if I let Courseplay do this, Courseplay is going to miss all kinds of it, either around the corners, around the inner edges. Yeah, the little bit I'm missing, not very much compared to what Courseplay misses. So, yeah, we're definitely going to need some seed here pretty quick as well, aren't we? I was hoping we could make it, everyone, but I don't think so quite. Got enough liquid fertilizer. We don't have enough seed, though. Move that line over just a little bit more there. There we go. I like the looks of that. And yeah, we're not going to make it much further here before we need more seed. We'll hop over then, like I said, top off the DB120 here in a minute. Well, at least maybe not top it off, because we don't need much, I don't think. But we'll at least put a little bit in it. And then we'll head over this way. Seed-wise, I think it's almost out of seed on the tender, so we'll probably have to top up our seed tender here first before we actually bring it over here. And we are out of seed. Okay. Well, let's just park that right there for the moment. Let's go grab our seed tender here. I think really the only thing we need in it is probably a little bit of liquid fertilizer. That might actually be enough to do this field, Evan. I'm not sure. So let's just get at least a little bit in here. We got, what, 74 bushel of seed in here yet. Let's see. Well, let me fill from here. Hey, it will. Okay, cool. Okay, I think that's probably... we can top it off, I suppose. Not sure how much is left on the trailer here yet. Okay, and then can we get this massive planter in the field? At least there's no gates here, so it shouldn't be too hard, I won't think. Dip down just a wee little bit there, not too bad. And yeah, we're gonna plant this field here with this planter. Think it's big enough? I suppose it might be. And this one is probably why I do not use this planter particularly often. If you're using a planter this size of it, you're going to need a large map with large fields. And I would have to say, this is a decent size field here. This isn't like crazy small by any stretch of the imagination, but for this planter, I would say this field is small. This planter definitely, or this field definitely probably would do better with a 24-row planter, especially if we start hiring workers and stuff like that. Hired workers are really not going to like turning around here with this particular planter. Using Courseplay and stuff like that, you're probably going to have all kinds of missing spots. And I'm going to have to be over just a little bit more yet. Why am I not surprised by this? You got it pretty good for where it folds out at. Just when it folds out the second couple of rows there. Let's see. Get some GPS going on this one. I believe that is also 0 degrees, I do believe. Auto with that. That did not load. Let's try that again. That loaded. Back to 0 degrees. An old bug in GPS mod one. Unfortunately, a bug that carried right on over here from Farming Simulator 19. Mod author never fixed that bug in 19, and, well, still the same here in 22 yet. So, oh well. Anyway, that planter's almost, well, actually, almost is ready to go. But let's hop over and keep the 24 row going here a minute. We'll hopefully come back to that here later this episode. Just hopefully, anyway. If not, worst case, we'll come back next episode and finish it up then. Oh, you know what? I might. Well, 45 bushel seed. Yeah, we should probably top this off here before I go fill up the other planter. Only 33%. I'm not sure how long that would last. Probably not long enough. You know, again, one of the things I'm doing different here in this series, Evan, for the most part, I've had the hired worker buy options turned off. Typically, on most of my series, Evan, I usually just turn the buy option on and let the hired worker buy it. Makes it a little bit simpler when you're running AI workers, right? But for this series, Evan, for the most part, I've left that off. There's, I think, like lime, was it, or something? There was something I turned it on for. I'm not sure what it was again, but I know I have turned it on. And it should be back off here again as far as I know, but again, been playing with all that stuff turned off, so I have to manually fill, you know, fuel, seed, fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, all that good stuff, right? Otherwise, again, for those who watch most of my videos, Evan, don't use seed tenders very often, just because, again, if you have the buy options turned on, Evan, you really don't need a seed tender, all right? That being said, if you're looking for a seed tender, I'm going to definitely like this Buffalo Creek Solutions BCS trailer here. Again, this is the BCS trailer. Has the liquid fertilizer, and then the seeds and solid fertilizer too, if you need that. This tank here, this tender, can hold either one. At least in my case, I only need liquid fertilizer, so I'm just putting seed in this one. I think we got quite a bit of seed here in the silo system yet. As I've said before, a while back, I accidentally filled it completely up with seed. Yep. And when you do that, there is no room for anything else in this particular silo. For anyone wondering, I'm still not too happy about that one, but oh well. Okay, emptying the back up here. There we go. I'm happy with that. That didn't go too badly. And then we just need to get in the field across the road here. There we go, and if I'm not mistaken, I think we're on the right side here, right? Yeah, looks like we're on the right side. Open the grass here just a little bit more, so we're not quite so close to the field. Pull that out. Let's go grab the tractor here. And we will, oh, not that one. Not that one. I need this one. We'll go top the seed and the fertilizer off here. Actually, the fertilizer actually isn't too bad. Probably should still top it off, though, and just make sure we last as close to the same amount of time as possible. Those will probably end up running out of liquid fertilizer first, at least I would imagine anyway. Although that probably is very field condition dependent, everyone. You know, depending on the soil type and how much fertilizer is already on the field, maybe we won't need that much. At least if you're playing with precision farming, of course. Hey, look at that. Just automatically starts filling. I like that. I like that a lot. And then hopefully, once we're done filling the seed, I can close the covers here, back up to the trailer here, and hopefully we can get some liquid fertilizer as well. I always like when all this stuff works, right? Which, you hate to say it, Evan, but there's times when it doesn't. So, oh well. That's kind of annoying. Okay, closing covers. Fertilizer. Hey, look at that. And we got liquid fertilizer. Okay, good, good. Again, a lot of times with these planters, everyone, depending on the refill, a lot of times getting both of them to fill sometimes just is a pain in the you-know-where. Okay, lowering the planter back down, turning it on. Picking right up where we left off at. And just a reminder here, while we're going up and down the field, that one, if you haven't already clicked the subscribe button, don't forget to do so. Always very much appreciated. And of course, once you are subscribed, everyone, make sure you turn on your notifications, get notified of the latest, greatest Upper Mississippi River episode going live. Which, as a reminder here again, everyone, should be wrapping up here fairly soon. I'm guessing we for sure probably have at least one more week's worth of episodes, maybe two. We'll have to see once, everyone. Again, my goal is, everyone, to finish up the harvest here this year in the game. So, however many episodes that comes out to, I don't know, everyone. 5 episodes, 10 episodes, probably not 20, but I'm guessing for sure probably somewhere around 10 more episodes. And then hopefully we'll plan on probably moving maps. So we've been on this map for quite a long time. Again, typically I do not do like 100 episode playthroughs on maps. That is not something I typically do a whole lot of, right? But maybe hopefully a testament to how much I enjoyed this map. We are, well, not quite to 100 episodes yet, but we're pushing there. We're getting really close to 100 episodes on this map. So, again, highly recommend check this map out if you haven't done so. One thing to note, it is, of course, PC only. So, for any console users that might be watching, not available for the console here, unfortunately, but anyway, let's head over to the comment section here, see what you folks had to say here for last episode. Going to the first comment here, Norton was saying that that's a nice looking rig. I'd have to agree there. He's not talking about this one. I believe he's talking about the other one there, the John Deere 8RX 410 with the DB120, which we were just in here, a few moments ago. Not much different than this rig per se. Planters, maybe twice the size. And then slightly different tracks on the 8RX. Other than that, the 8RX I do believe is basically the same. They're both 8RX 410s. Norton was also saying realistic seed usage with precision farming would be awesome. I'm curious there, Norton. When you say realistic seed usage, what part, what is not realistic about Farming Simulator in the seed usage? Are you saying Farming Simulator is way too low, or just kind of curious? At least with precision farming, they do have variable rate seed control here. And again, when it comes to precision farming, everything is pretty much dependent on the soil type, everyone. That's really the only thing it's kind of like dependent on, right? Going around the field here backwards this time. That's not messing with me at all. No. Madison was saying, appreciate the video. You sound like Ted Lasso. I do not know who Ted Lasso is, so okay, cool. Hopefully that's a good thing. Tim Barr was saying, where do you get the GPS from? The GPS, or GS as the mod author likes to call it, again, I usually always call it GPS. Technically, it's not really GPS, Evan. It is GS, the GS mod here for Farming Simulator 22. And that GS, of course, stands for Guidance Steering. Or as like pretty much everybody knows it, GPS, right? The reason it's really not called GPS, by the way, Evan, is because back in Farming Simulator 17, there actually was a GPS mod. That GPS mod never made it to Farming Simulator 19 or 22 for that matter. That GPS stopped at Farming Simulator 17. When someone else came out with a new GPS for 19, they called it the Guidance Steering mod, or the GS mod. So simply the GS mod instead of the GPS mod. The mod author apparently gets a little uptight when you refer to it as the GPS mod too, because it is, again, the GS mod. And and where to get it from, by the way, that is on the official Farming Simulator mod hub. I suppose I should, like answer the actual question, right? That'd probably help. Hollywood was saying, being a newbie and all, I am lost. Is all of this only for PC, or you can get it for the console as well? Oh, that is a good question. I'm not sure if there's a good way to share that information here or not. Obviously, I am a PC player, so a lot of the mods I have, well, I shouldn't say maybe a lot, but I definitely, as a PC player, have access to a lot more mods than the console does. I also don't play on the console, so I don't necessarily always know what is always available on the console versus the PC as well. The planter you're seeing here, for example, as far as I know, all this is available on the console, with the exception of the guidance steering mod you're seeing here. The GPS lines, those are of course not. Mainly when it comes to the console, the mods that are not available for the console are going to be your scripting mods that require third-party scripting. So, and that is mods like guidance steering, courseplay, auto drive, mods that add additional functionality to the game that was not previously there. That's typically a scripting style mod, right? So, again, the game does not come with GPS. Don't ask me why. I'm like, how do you do guidance steering without GPS, Evan? That's a very good question. I have no idea. Apparently Giants knows, because apparently they think you can do guidance or precision farming without GPS. Strange concept there, if you ask me, but whatever. Okay, I think that's enough of a headland, Evan. Let's maybe set this up with courseplay here. We'll let courseplay take over. I usually always let courseplay do the second headland, although I think in this case I might have done a decent enough job. Maybe we don't have to. I think. Hard to say. Let's get GPS going here. Set up a course for this. Number of headlands. Let's do 2. Let's see if we can get away with 2. We might need 3. So first way. Oh, actually, no, not first. Nearest should work. Usually if you start right here, then you'll have that turn out to the next headland. So, and that looks like what he's doing. Perfect. Going back to Hollywood's comment there. Courseplay, not available for the console. So, usually, generally speaking, when it comes to the equipment is usually available for the console. Not always, but usually it is. It's, the additional mods, again, like courseplay here, auto drive on this side, those are not. Another example would probably be the little heads-up displays here on the right-hand side of the screen, the damage and the fuel level here. Those, I believe, are another mod that is probably not available on the console. I forget the name of that mod, but it just displays, damage and fill levels and fuel. So there we go. Locking on the GPS. Double check. Yep, we are still sounding corn yet. Excellent. Oh, this planter isn't overkill for this field at all, is it? Just you know, John Deere DB120 for that little field. Again, like I was saying, I'm with 2 headlands, and we'll probably have like 90% of this field done or something ridiculous like that. Oh, it should be fun to make the turn in this corner here. Not to mention the funny little turn back there. That is going to be an interesting one there, everyone. Actually, know what we might do here. We just keep going. That might be the easiest. Yeah, we'll just do that. Don't even have to worry about the turn at all. Oops. Maybe the sign. You might have to, you know, look out for that. Oh, we probably won't bother getting the GPS set up here for this angle. For those who remember the previous map we played on, but we had all kinds of extra little angles set up here. Again, the previous map there, everyone, which the name of which is escaping me here at the moment, but the previous map we played on had all kinds of additional angles. Basically, the whole map was rotated ever so slightly, and it didn't seem to be consistent either, by the way. But the whoever the map author was for that map, that entire map was just rotated by like a couple of degrees. And again, to make it extra special, one, you know, not all the fields were in the same same direction. It seemed like it. I don't know why that was, but it seems like, you know, if just the entire map was rotated, you should be able to, like, okay, well, the entire map is rotated 2 degrees. Okay. Shift your lines over 2 degrees or whatever, but it wasn't just 2 degrees either. It was definitely something. I don't know what, but oh, making the turn. Oh, that's not good, Evan. That is not good. At least it won't be for real life. In the game here, it doesn't matter, but in real life, Evan, you don't want to see that, where that part of the planter is actually going backwards. That is very, very bad for your planter, Evan. Planters are not designed to go backwards. You'll most likely break lots of things on the planter if you try to do that. Or at the very least, you'll definitely be plugging the planter and all the runs up that go to the planter, probably. In addition to, you know, most likely probably breaking some stuff. Well, that finishes that entire little bit off inside there, doesn't it? And there's our first headland pass done, everyone. Let's take a quick look at the field here, too, once we got this done, just to see where we stand here a minute. Turning around. Oh, look at that. GPS line still lines up here for this yet. Perfect. Okay, there we go. And let's see where we're at. Yeah, look at that. Like, that's probably half. Well, actually, probably more than half. Somewhere in there. That's probably more than half the field finished here at this point already, just from one headland. And once we get a second one done, oh, you know what? We're probably gonna have like a little triangle left. I think we'll do it, but we'll save that here for next episode, because unfortunately it is time to wrap it up here for this episode. So on that note, If you folks have any comments or questions, be sure to leave them down below. And as always, Evan, thanks for watching. Until next time.